Hi, my name is Brian Tittl, and I teach theology, history, and computer science for St. John's Jesuit High School and the Arupe Virtual Learning Institute. And I'm here to talk a little bit about Powerschool Learning. This is a learning management system that's put out by Powerschool, which I believe is still owned by Blackboard. And basically, this is a repository for files and links and other information for your classes. It also has discussion forums and other tools that you can use to make your class a little bit more interactive. So we use Powerschool Learning at St. John's Jesuit High School, and I use it pretty extensively in my classes. I'm going to show you my pages and show you a little bit about what this platform can do. And so we're going to go into my AP European History course. Now, like most of America, we spent the last few weeks, well, actually the last 9 weeks or so of the 2020 school year online. And I used P-Learning for a lot of it. I also kind of supplemented P-Learning with Google Classroom. So you'll see some links to that in here. But the way that P-Learning is set up is it's set up with a variety of different modules that you can move around your screen using drag and drop, and that you can set up as columns in order to kind of organize the content for your course. P-Learning is pretty easy to edit. For most of the titles and labels on your page, all you need to do is click on the text box for that title and edit the information there, and it's a quick save. For content, you just click this Add Content block, and the main types of content that you might want to add to your course are right here for you. So probably the most common things to add to your course are on-page text, files, and web links. So for web links, you just click on the web links button here. You give your link block a title, and then you just put in the various links that you might want to include. So if I wanted, for example, a list of good tools for my students to use, I'll just title my block Tools, and then I'm going to just put in a couple of tools here. So arts and culture.google.com. We'll call it Google Arts and Culture. I'm going to do Google Forms. I'm just doing a couple things off the top of my head. All right, and then I press Save. And after I press Save, you can see that these links have appeared at the bottom of my page. Or actually, no, sorry, at the top of my page. That's how I have it set up right now. The main organizational system in Powerschool Learning is pages and then modules within the pages. You can include subpages if you want to, but in my experience, it actually makes the courses a little harder to handle. And so what I've done here is I have a separate page for each of the major chapters, major topics that we discuss in AP European History. You can manage those pages on the Organizing Pages tab. You can actually drag them, show and hide them, and delete them at will. Now within these pages, mainly I have embedded my Google Slides. So this is a tactic that I use in my courses. I like to embed content from other places in the web. And that's actually really easy to do with Powerschool Learning. If you click on the Add Content block, one of the content blocks that I really like in P-Learning is the Embed the Web content block. When you click here, it gives you a list of hundreds of different web tools that have ways for you to embed them into your course. It also gives some instructions on how to grab the embed code from that tool. So you can use this as a way to explore new tools, find things that you might use in your own course. Lots of different online tools have embed code that you can use to embed content into your LMS, and P-Learning makes this pretty easy. So you can use the Embed the Web widget in order to find different online tools, but once you get your embed code, you just paste it right here, and then it embeds that tool directly into your LMS. So let me show you that just with Quizlet. So if I log into Quizlet, I'm going to log in this account, and I've got a geography Quizlet of various places in Western Europe. Now, if I click this button right here, these three dots, I can see a link to embed. And if I click that embed link, it gives me some embed code. I take this code, the code always starts with iframe, and then I bring it over to Powerschool Learning, and I just paste the code right there. And this is European geography, and we're going to just save that. And so now Quizlet has embedded basically a Quizlet game into my course site. So I start the game, and I can do a matching game on European geography. I can also change the study mode and do flashcards, a test, various other things. So this is one thing that I really like about Powerschool Learning, is that it makes embedding things from the web really easy. Now you can do this in pretty much any LMS, you just need to know how, but that's something that Powerschool Learning does particularly well. Powerschool Learning also has direct connection to YouTube, so if you've got YouTube videos that you want to add to your course, all you have to do is paste the YouTube link, and P-Learning will create a really nice looking window with an embedded YouTube video. So if I've got, for example, we're going to grab a YouTube video. Let's choose, we have a video on the Field of the Cloth of Gold, which is an event from British history. And I'm going to paste the URL here. And when I press next, it'll appear in a nice embedded video. Now what I like about this is that when you embed content into your course, your students aren't going off into another site in order to grab that content. So when students watch this video, they're still within my course, and they're not going into down the YouTube rabbit hole, because this video will play as embedded content from my course. You can also add activities for your course, so you could put in discussion forums and also assignments and assessments. I've found the assessment tool to be a little bit clunky. I've also found the assignment tool to be a little bit clunky here, but you can do it, and you can actually have a paperless classroom using P-Learning. In general, it's a pretty easy site to use. It's easy to add content, it's easy to edit content, and it's fairly intuitive. The problems that I have with it are, first, that the P-Learning servers tend to be a little bit unreliable. I know that when we went to online learning during the coronavirus crisis this year, we had a number of days where the P-Learning servers were crashing during our school hours. So we'd have students who were unable to get to the resources that their teachers were posting. Seems as if P-Learning has fixed a lot of those problems, but it's not quite as stable as some of the competitors that are out there. I also find a lack of customization in P-learning. You can bring a lot of other tools into it, but there's not a whole lot of things that you can do in your course to customize things. And personally, I like to create a kind of custom course for myself. So in general, it's a pretty useful tool. It's also connected directly to your PowerSchool gradebook. And so when students create work in P-learning and they turn in assignments on P-learning, those assignments are connected directly to the gradebook and they can actually be graded within the PowerSchool gradebook, which is a really nice feature. And it makes it fairly easy to take assignment grades and move them over into the gradebook of record. PowerSchool Learning is a pretty good tool in a lot of ways, with some minor issues. So hopefully you found this interesting. I would encourage you to explore PowerSchool Learning as an LMS. And yeah, thanks for listening. Bye.